There we go. Ba, ba, ba. As soon as I go out again, I'm getting fucking attacked. That's wild. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, I'm being jumped. I'm being jumped. Where did you guys come from? Where did you guys come from? Why am I getting jumped as means when I log in? Oh, holy shit. Hello? I get jumped as soon as I load in. That's crazy. That's wild. That would happen. There's so many sweet flowers here. What the hell? Oh, that's why. Because one of them turned into a fucking monster. Makes sense. Oh.
Let me hear ya.
Another one. What's the other one? What the fuck? You. Oh, it was you. Also, what? Also, I get jumped as soon as I go in. But anyways, hi, hello, welcome in everybody. I'm real sorry about that. I totally forgot that Genshin is real bougie with his shit. Apparently, you need to have OBS run as administrator to make Genshin work, which is kind of weird, but can't really be mad about it. It is what it fucking is.
Gotta rock and roll. So come on, let's get moving.
I need to. Want to fix lap stat. Fix my V2. Little. That's better. Have to go here and do that. Okay, that's much better. Alright, okay. Okay. We're good now. But damn, I come in and I'm getting fucking jumped. But anyway, hi, hello, my friends. Welcome back to my stream. Glad you could be here with me.
Looks pretty rock and roll to me.
I got my hair braided yesterday, as you guys will probably know. And I got my hair braided the day before yesterday, so Tuesday, I got my hair braided. And that's why I didn't stream. So I apologize for that. I'm gonna make up for it on Saturday and Sunday, because I didn't stream Monday and Tuesday. Well, I'll make it up to you Saturday and Sunday. And please forgive me for that. But I went and got my hair braided, and if you know, you know. My hair is on 10, where it was on 10. I feel much better now, but it's still a little sore. So if I take more frequent breaks to like rest my head from my headphones, that's why. But right now I'm good. I'm good. I had some dinner. I got some water. I'm gonna stay hydrated. And I took some Tylenol. Help with the pain. Other than that, I'm good to go and ready to play some more Genshin. Last time we played Genshin, we got hella traumatized. We like relived our brother's memories because probably the ley lines of this land and the god of wisdom. And turns out that Kaya's family is the reason why the abyss exists, and that's why Kaya probably got sent away, because you know his dad was doing some dirty business.
New riff. Wanna hear it?
Other than that, let's get back into this Genshin. There's still a lot of stuff that could be done. Like, I didn't do this event yet. I don't know how well I do something like that. There's also this one. And then one too. There's a lot of new stuff that I would not have the thing to do, but I kind of want to try this out. Teleport. Okay. I don't really usually do these events. Cause I forget badly. Mm-hmm. Okay. So difficulty level. Make it however long. 80 seconds. Expert. There's no way I'd be able to do something like that. Then it's something like this. Opponent max XP. Attack Chris. Opponent pyro resistance, cryo resistance, dendro resistance. And we can choose buffs. Earn those points. I really didn't like have fun doing these sort of things. I don't remember if the rewards was like worth it. Like I guess the primo gems and the money is great. Crystals. That the challenge rewards. I'm good. I honestly don't really like the challenges. Not it's probably because I don't really have that good of a units. I don't really have really good units for those sort of things. Anyways, we're gonna go do the rest of the story that I have to do. I can't finish this because there's somebody else that's required in a quest. We're gonna go do this one, which is all the way in, I guess, down here. It must be down in Inazuma. Yeah, it's down here in Inazuma. I'm also eating because I haven't eaten today. And it's I guess I want to say this is like an early dinner. This is only like 4 something, but still. Better eat now than not at all. Wait, that's not true. I did have a latte today, but that's about it. I didn't eat nothing else. Ooh, cutscene.
Ah, if it isn't Kaede Harakazuha. What brings you here today?
Huh? You two know each other?
Yes, the Kaedehara and Amenoma clans were both members of the Raiden Gokaden. Historically, there have always been deep links between the two clans. After I returned to Inazuma, I visited Mr. Amenoma to pay my respects.
You are a very polite young man.
Yes, you may recall the story of the Raiden Gokaden from the Iridori Festival.
Though all bladesmiths trace their craft back to the same source, over time, each of us has arrived at a different blade-making philosophy, spawning the development of different branches of the same art. As an example, the Amenoma art strives to emulate the abiding patience and determination of water as it turns stone to sand. There is nothing mystical to our work. There is only practice, day in and day out, until both body and mind have memorized the craft, turning each motion of every technique into an intrinsic part of the bladesmith's life. As for the art of the Kaedehara clan, I believe it's called the Ishin art.
That's right. Ishin art strives for complete harmony between blade and mind from the moment that forging begins. For only a blade thus forged can capture and convey its maker's thoughts and feelings, and eventually become an extension of its wielder's will.
Indeed. Most samurai choose their blades, but an Ishin blade chooses its owner. You are, without a doubt, the most worthy wielder of an Ishin blade. It gladdens my heart to see that although the Kaedahara clan has fallen on hard times, its ideals and virtues are alive and well.
You overestimate me. My actions are guided by my own personal sentiments, not by any noble aspirations on behalf of my clan. But let's get back on topic. The purpose of our visit today is to gather some information on your missing nephew. We hope to assist with the investigation. It may turn out that this case is connected to another we are pursuing.
Ah, yes. My nephew. I reported the case to the Tenryo Commission, but I haven't heard anything back so far. He didn't say a word before he left, which is very unlike him. I'm still completely at a loss on what to make of it, but I've done what I can so far. Worrying is futile. All I can do now is wait for the news from the Tenryo Commission.
We heard that there was a collector involved in the disappearance too. Know anything about that?
Yes. On the morning that Yuya went missing, he gave me a very cryptic look and said that he was going to give me a great gift. I believe he went to collect the item from Mr. Nagato after that. The next thing I heard was that a fire had broken out at the warehouse, and neither of them came back.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, a fire? Ooh, that's not good. Oh, come on.
Yes. Strange, isn't it? I wonder what could have caused it. Unfortunately, there was very little evidence left behind, so nobody knows what really happened.
Do you have any thoughts on what Yuya may have wanted to give you?
If I had to guess, it must have been some kind of rare weapon. Otherwise, there would have been no reason for him to get my hopes up. He's never been particularly interested in blade forging, but has always had a fondness for blade testing, and can sense even the most minute differences in blade quality. He is extraordinarily talented in martial arts, particularly when it comes to the art of the sword.
Truth be told, we have some information that you may find to be objectionable. The person we are looking for, he attacked this friend of mine. Based on the evidence we have gathered so far, only Yuya seems to match the suspect's profile.
What? No. Absolutely impossible. Yuya is not that kind of person.
He must be getting possessed by a weapon.
Even his training is done with the goal of calming his mind. He has never gotten into a fight before.
He got possessed by that weapon.
Is that so?
That's what happened. He got possessed.
Yes. If there's one thing I can say for certain, it's that Yuya would never draw his blade without a very good reason. But, with that said, it's equally out of character for him to just disappear with neither farewell nor fair warning. I also cannot know what course of action he might be capable of if coerced or otherwise compelled by circumstances unbeknownst to me. Anyway, should you find him, please let me know as soon as possible.
Don't worry, you have our word.
From the sound of that, Paimon doesn't think Yuya was the one who attacked us as well.
Yes, it sounds as if something happened when the two men met each other. Let's pay a visit to the Nagato household.
What happened is that Yuya got fucking possessed. That's what happened. It sounds like Yuya got fucking possessed by whatever weapon he went to go find, right? That's what it sounds like. That has to be it. There's no other explanation for it. He got possessed. And then he's going around with probably a vengeance against Kazuha. Don't know why. Probably because of the, I guess, rivalry. I wouldn't say rivalry because Kazuha and that old man just pretty much said that their families are very close. So I doubt that Yuya will have like some grievances against Kazuha. Unless like whatever is possessing him have some grievances against Kazuha and is using Yuya as a medium for that grievance, you know? Otherwise it wouldn't make sense. Now we gotta talk to this lovely little lady.
Sorry, but we cannot afford to pay what we owe right now. My husband has gone missing, and I'm still trying to find him.
No, you misunderstand us. We are here to help with the investigation. We'd like to ask you some questions about Mr. Nagato's disappearance, if we may.
Ah, I see. I thought the debt collectors had come to visit again. I'm sorry you have to see me in this dreadful state. Has some new information come out? Do you know where he's gone?
I'm afraid we don't have any new information at the moment. We're still trying to find out as much as we can to inform our search. With this in mind, can we perhaps ask some questions about your family's current situation?
For example, Paimon's struggling to understand why a collector would be strapped for Mora.
That's a long story. Ever since I've known him, he's been an avid collector of all sorts of things. He'd always get so animated when he was showing them to me. I knew nothing about the items myself, but seeing how enthusiastic and excited they made him, I was happy to believe that they were just extremely important to him. Everything was fine when we first got married, but as time went by, things changed for the worse.
Uh-oh, did you start obsessing over his things?
What happened?
He lost his sense of restraint. He started buying more and more things, and even resorted to...
Uh-oh, he became hoarder. Oh no.
Expenses really spiraled out of control when he started getting interested in weapons. It was awful. There were days when he'd spend hours down at the warehouse, admiring his weapons even as debt collectors were descending upon our house. He wouldn't sell them, wouldn't even touch them. Just sat there staring at them like he was in a trance.
Yep, the weapons possessed him.
And I'm willing to support him, but making ends meet has to come first. I've tried talking to him about it so many times, but he never listens. On the last day that I saw him, I gave him an ultimatum. I said, if he refused to sell his collectibles and pay off his debts, I would divorce him and take the children with me.
Whoa!
Wow.
And that led to an argument.
Actually, it didn't. Generally, he's a quiet man who likes to go with the flow. On most things, he leaves the decision-making to me. You must understand, I never would have dreamed of threatening him with divorce if the debts hadn't pushed our family to the brink. After I said those words, he froze and was silent for a long time. When he finally spoke, he awkwardly mumbled that he would pick out a few items to sell. His voice was so meek and pitiful that I felt an urge to take everything back. But then what? If I didn't draw the line, what would happen to our family?
It's important to set boundaries, yes. Yes, as much as I adore the idea of buying things that give you the good serotonin in your brain hole, if it's at the cost of you, your wife, your children, and your family, that debt collectors are coming to your house because you're borrowing so much money to buy fucking trinkets and weapons and shit, no, the wife was right. You should need to set boundaries because that's ridiculous. Like, you gotta be able to pay your bills, right? You can't just be buying shit because, ooh, shiny, it's so pretty, I like it, I want it in my collection.
Had I not indulged his bad habits, we wouldn't have found ourselves in such a predicament. And I also don't know if he had actually come to his senses, or if he was simply angry with me. The next thing I heard was that our warehouse had caught fire, and both he and the buyer had gone missing.
I see. I understand. Amenoma Yuya came to purchase a weapon from Mr. Nagato. During the sale, a fire broke out at the warehouse, and both men disappeared.
That's
At
suspicious.
first, I assumed they must have gotten into an argument over the price. But my husband has never been one to negotiate. He never even haggles when he's out buying groceries, so it's hard to imagine him getting into a fierce argument.
Maybe he was feeling the pressure from the debts?
I don't know. He just disappeared after the warehouse burned down. Perhaps he's too afraid to come home now that all his collectibles have been lost in the fire, and he's got no way to pay off our debts. Even though I'm still a little mad at him, we're a family, and I want us to face our family's crisis together. As
Oh,
long as he's willing to turn over a new leaf, I know we can work things out.
that's good. I'm glad you think that.
There could be more to this situation than meets the eye.
True, Kazuha has a good
Collecting
point.
things is a habit that Mr. Nagato had his whole life. It is quite unusual for this habit to change so drastically over a short period.
He's like he been
The
possessed.
information we gathered from the other side suggests Amenoma Yuya is also a mild-mannered man who would not be likely to start an argument. This situation is getting a little confusing.
They're both being possessed by something.
Confusing. More like completely mystifying.
Yeah, Paimon has a point.
Let's try a change of scenery and see if we can piece together what we've learned. Rest assured, we'll notify you if we find anything.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much. I just want him to come home.
We'll do our best, ma'am. Don't worry about it. We got it.
Based on the information we've gathered so far, I can only surmise that the sales meeting between the two men was somehow the catalyst for their disappearance. The fire at the warehouse likely played a part in how the situation unfolded, though its exact role is a mystery. Do you have any thoughts?
Well, Paima was thinking that maybe someone accidentally knocked over an oil lamp and, nope, never mind. Paimon's brain needs to rest for a while. Over to you.
It could be that the fire was started to hide the truth. We are still missing crucial information.
An interesting explanation. I was also considering this possibility.
Yeah, that's
Amenoma Yuya is an expert on swords. He could have noticed some problematic details about Mr. Nagato's collectibles. Maybe he recognized a blade as a fake, or a well-known stolen item. Either way, after arguing about it, the two men agreed to hide the truth of this matter.
But why would they disappear
A fire
though?
would destroy everything. But then the Tenryou Commission began investigating and uncovered some incriminating details, so they fled to protect their secrets. But it's a far-fetched theory. I can't imagine how they would have been able to reach an agreement. One fact that I keep coming back to is that Amenoma Yuya is polite and well-mannered, while Mr. Nagato is introverted and passive. Neither seems like the type of person who is inclined towards initiating conflict.
Yeah.
Mr. Nagato, being heavily in debt, is also the only one of them with the potential motive to disappear after the fire. The more I ponder it, the more puzzling it becomes. Just what could have happened there?
I mean, I guess it would make sense for him to want to like escape his debt. But like the debtors are still coming to your house with your wife and children, sir. You just can't uproot and decide, oh, I'm just gonna go about my way. No, that's not how that works. You have a whole ass family who's being probably harassed by these debtors because you owe them money. What if they attack your wife and children? What if they take their house away? Then now they're homeless because you decided to run like a puss. That's not how that works. The other guy, Yuya, I don't get him either.
Right. Although the time frame seems to broadly match, no other details that we've learned seem to link the two events together. Amenoma Yuya lacks a key distinguishing feature of the attacker, namely that he is principally a practitioner of the blade testing techniques of Amenoma art, not those of the combat-oriented Ishin art.
Darn! We thought we could get two birds with one stone here, but at this rate, it's starting to look like a wild goose chase.
Jesus, Paimon, can you like not talk for like fucking 15 minutes?
Keep going, since we've come this far. If we can solve the case, both Mr. Amenoma and Mrs. Nagato will be able to get some closure.
Okay, but where should we go now?
Let's head out of the city and check out the warehouse. There's still a chance we may be able to find some shreds of evidence.
Jeez, Paimon be talking too much, damn it. Be talking a little bit too much for me, I ain't gonna lie.
Wait. I hear something ominous in the wind.
Oh, this must be another one of those sounds that only you can hear. As sketchy as that whole thing seems, you did put it to good use when we were chasing down that vision thief at Beto's tournament, so...
Now I'm picking up a strong scent in addition to the sound. It's right around here somewhere.
But there's nothing here.
It's gone now, but I can still sense the direction it left in. It felt very much like that ancient presence in Inazuma. The remnants of the Tatarigami. Indeed. But this unexpected spring of inauspicious energy may prove to be of benefit to our investigation. We should remain vigilant and approach slowly.
We're gonna barge in, sword swinging.
Huh. So it's an underground warehouse.
The force is definitely coming from down below. The source of the Tatarigami energy has long since left this place, but the residue it left behind still hasn't dissipated completely.
How the fuck do you have an underground warehouse on an isle?
I have to conclude that the Tatarigami source resided here for a very long time.
Mrs. Nagato said her husband used to hang around the warehouse by himself a lot.
It could well be that he was already under the influence of Tatarigami energy at that time. From what I've been told, Tatarigami does not turn all upon whom it preys into violent monsters, but most will develop a stubborn streak upon being exposed to the Tatarigami's unfulfilled will. Their interests become fanatical obsessions.
See, that makes sense. He became
Nagato
possessed.
had an interest in collecting to begin with. The influence of Tatarigami could explain why he became an obsessive hoarder, amassing more and more possessions, even as he put himself in grave debt.
Yup, that makes sense.
So what should we do now? Go down and take a look?
Step back. I'll open the door and take a look inside.
That is dangerous.
If we don't open this door, we can move no closer to the truth.
I still want to know, how do you have an underground warehouse on an isle that's like Inazuma?
Relatively speaking,
Hey,
the risk here is...
How big is the landmass that is enough to make an underground warehouse?
What's down there?
Everything's buried in debris. I can't see anything. It looks like the fire caused a cave-in, reducing the entire warehouse to rubble.
That was too scary! Paimon was so sure that the warehouse boogeyman was about to jump out at us!
Not the fucking
All we can do now
boogeyman.
is keep searching
Woo!
the direction that the
Boogeyman!
Tatarigami energy source left this place. Two ordinary humans, entangled with the Tatarigami. I fear much misfortune has already befallen them.
We gotta move.
Let's go. If nothing else, it's vital that we find out where this Tatarigami energy is coming from. Quiet your mind and focus on what you sense around you. Perhaps you too will perceive its ominous presence in the wind.
Or we could use elemental sight. Oh, we can actually see it. Oh shit. Oh, I thought that was... Whoopsie. I'm sorry. thought that was one of the foxes you can eat. I'm so sorry, Fox. This is a lot of bad juju. This is the stuff that surrounds Zhao. You know, his bad
At
karma.
this point, the trail appears to split into two. The main source of the Tatarigami energy continued on into the distance, but a small portion remained here and seems to be dissipating slowly. Quite possibly. Let's search the area.
Whoa! Look at all those hilly churls! They're acting really strangely.
Something seems to be drawing their attention. Let's take a closer look.
Want him to come closer?
Fate is upon you. By royal decree. Teamwork is dreamwork. Time to rock.
Ooh, we did it.
It's...
Ugh! Look at this red stuff! What is it?
By the looks of it, a letter written on a piece of torn clothing. The ink is bone dry. It must have been written quite some time ago. Well, let's take a look.
Oh, okay. I am Nakiko. I am not sorry, Naruto. I was wounded by Anaminomo Yuya. He took my most precious blade. I chased him, but could not catch him. I lay down here to rest on the account of my exhaustion. I thought that I might croak right here. My stomach kept on bleeding, but it seemed that some strange powers had sustained me. Why did he steal that blade? I was going to sell it to him. He even burned my warehouse down. Ah, it hurts. But for some reason, I can't fall unconscious. So all I could do is distract from the pain is to write. What would happen to Sachiko, Yurichi, and Yuji? I'm sorry to them. I really am. Only now do I realize how stuck in my ways I was and how blind to my obsession. I must have been cursed. I collected all those strange and bizarre things, but they want me not one Itua, happiness or warmth. Put it all together and it still wouldn't have been worth a single word from her mouth. Thank you, and sorry for letting you down, Sachiko. Ah, shit! Oh no!
To this letter, a conflict arose because Amenoma Yuya wanted to seize a blade belonging to Mr. Nagato.
Oh,
Yuya
whoa,
started
no!
the fire that destroyed the warehouse and wounded Mr. Nagato in the fight. Mr. Nagato kept chase as long as he could, eventually stopping here to write this letter when his strength gave out.
So, where is he?
He was not only mortally wounded, but also under the heavy influence of Tatarigami. Add to that the fact that its aura seems to have attracted a horde of monsters, and I'm afraid he may no longer be with us.
Oh no!
Whatever traces there may have been of his fate beyond after this point, they've since been disturbed by the hilly churls. There's nothing more for us to find here. Yes, right now we need to uncover some more important truths.
Oh, that's terrible. Poor Mr. Nagito.
Attacking other people indiscriminately. Then the longer we take to find him, the more people risk meeting the same tragic end.
Right, so let's get moving.
I wouldn't be surprised if he, too, fell prey to the influence of the Tatarigami. For a practitioner of the martial arts, the easiest desire to inflame would be their pursuit of further power and skill. All the clues that at first seemed disparate and disconnected, it seems that now we know the thread that runs between them. I have a hypothesis that, if it's correct, not only explains the series of events leading to the two men's disappearance, but also zeroes in on the attacker's identity.
Wait, you figured it out? So these two cases are connected after all?
I believe so. But it's something of an outlandish idea. I will only be able to confirm my suspicions once we've met him in person. On with the search. We must stay vigilant. At any point now, we may find ourselves in danger.
Hello? I was gonna say, why did my controller decide it wanted to disconnect?
He seems to have stayed here for a long time.
Why here? Is there anything special about this place?
Maybe.
I'm not sure. But on closer examination, I sense that the aura may have lingered here at several different points in time.
Uh-oh.
Show yourself! It's no use hiding anymore.
Kaede Harakazua. It's you, at last.
Aha! So it is the same guy from before. What's your problem, huh? What could you possibly have against Kazuha?
Indeed, there should be no enmity between us. If it is Amenome Yuya that stands before us. But what if instead of facing Amenome Yuya, we are in fact facing the blade in his hand?
The blade? What the? That looks like the fucking blade from that blade that what's the fuck is that guy name? Albedo got from that dragon back in the snowy Mondstadt.
Now that you mention it, it is giving off a strange light. Whoa! Surely you don't mean... Are you serious?
Tatarigami energy often lodges itself within physical objects, then works to subtly affect any living organisms in its vicinity. The blade has resided in Mr. Nagato's warehouse for many years, affecting his state of mind.
Oh.
More recently, using the sail as a means to affect, or rather, as a means to occupy, Amenome Yuya's body.
You're sharper than I thought. You've already deduced the truth of the matter. Many, many years ago, I was forged by a famed bladesmith of the Ishin tradition. I was his pride and joy. In me, he placed all his hopes and dreams. As a descendant of the Kaedehara clan, you should be able to guess our greatest regret.
I presume it has something to do with the Raiden Gokaden.
Indeed. At that point in time, he failed to live up to the Raiden Shogun's expectations.
Sorry, my throat is itchy.
In the end, all he could do was to flee the nation by sea on a ship bound for Snezhnaya. He was a bladesmith of great renown, a master of his craft. There was nothing that he could not accomplish. All he needed was more time and a little faith. And sure enough, in the end, he achieved what he had set out to do. All of his life's work, his wisdom, his skill, it culminated in his creation of me.
That's wild. That blade is talking.
Bestowed upon me the greatest of strength, but also endowed me with a consciousness of my own.
How the fuck do you do that? How do you give a blade a mind, huh?
The Raiden Shogun lost not only the single most perfect blade in the entire world, but also an irreplaceable achievement in the art of blade forging.
So... swords can become conscious and control people?
That's terrifying.
The time in which I was born never believed I had that kind of power. They saw me as a mere blade, a sharp and well-crafted one, but in all other respects an ordinary weapon. But that gave me the opportunity to take action.
Oh fuck, the fucking blade is conspiring and
I decided to leave Snezhnaya and began my long quest to return to the distant land of Inazuma. Moving from one person to the next, I controlled the minds of countless hosts along the way, each bringing me one step closer to my ancestral home. I seek but one thing, to face the full force of the Raiden Shogun's blade and prove my power, the might of Ishin art.
Ah, so Amenoma Yuya was not your first victim. Tell me, what happens to those you've possessed when you've finished using them?
My hosts? Who cares what happens to them? They are but tools that serve my mission. When they got tired, or injured, or unusable, I hopped to the next one in line. All I needed them for was to take me back to Inazuma.
You're awful.
After I returned to Inazuma, I decided to bide my time in Nagato's warehouse until Amenoma Yuya handed himself over to me on a silver platter.
Why?
At long last, I'm approaching my journey's destination. By Amenoma Yuya's body, I have found you, and by your hand, I shall defeat the Raiden Shogun. Kaedehara Kazuha, you stood against the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hitotachi. There can be no other to serve as my host for what is to come.
No, you're evil.
Give your body over to me!
No, you're evil. Oh shit.
Shadows of fate.
Odd. Ha!
Join me and sever that
No.
Come, sever.
No.
Feel it. Not cool.
Rewrite history!
Decided by destiny. Delved into destiny. Let's light it up.
We shall rewrite history!
No.
One with nature.
I got oh shit! I got electrocuted. He's dead. Get fucked, idiot. We won. Almost got Kazuha killed.
Way, or I will strike you down too!
Your bluff's fooling no one. You've lost.
Lost? I can never lose. It is this body that has reached its limit, nothing more. Even if you defeat me here, the one who falls will not be me, but this man. He is but a puppet that can be replaced. I can take a new vessel at will.
We're gonna break you into pieces.
The end result is the same. I will end this wretch's life before you can lift a finger. And even if I were to lose my physical form, it is but a small setback. My consciousness shall endure.
Endure what?
By any means necessary and any medium available, I shall return and fulfill my destiny!
Your fighting style. It is indeed the forms of Ishin art. But from your movements, I sense only hatred and arrogance, as well as a thinly veiled mania and despair.
Really? You can tell all that just from his moves?
As I've mentioned before, the forms of Ishin art convey the user's thoughts and feelings. Since the blade is currently possessing Amenoma Yuya's body, its movements express the innermost thoughts of the blade. If you ask me, the mania is probably due to your desperate, single-minded ambition. You believe I am your only hope.
Are you trying to claim that I am helpless without you?
Yes.
On his deathbed, he passed to me all of Ishin art's secrets. The little that you know barely scratches the surface. In that regard, why would I ever need your help?
Because all of that is in the past. I've been wondering why you've not caused more trouble in all the years that you've been in Inazuma. If you are indeed a cursed blade that can possess its owner. Now that I've seen inside your mind, everything finally makes sense. You weren't biding your time. You were trapped. After all the time that's passed, you have grown weak. To the point that you are now unable to acquire a new host without making physical contact.
Oh.
Oh, that's right. Paimon remembers now. Mr. Nagato had a habit of never touching his collectibles.
Only when Mr. Nagato witnessed his wife's distress and decided to sell his collectibles did you finally have an opportunity to reach out to Aminoma Yuya and make your escape.
Wow, Kazuha is like fucking smart as shit.
Well, that brings me to my second point. There's a despair in you that is so strong it threatens to overwhelm you. You were determined to fulfill your maker's ambition, whatever the cost. But this ambition is too grand and too heavy for you to bear. Each step you have taken has come at a great cost. I think you realized your limitations long ago. The more you clenched your teeth and pressed forward, the greater your fear of losing everything you had achieved grew, and the more you wished to run from the truth. But the way I see it, what began as an ambition has long since become a delusional fantasy.
What would you know about any of this? I'm just one step away from achieving my goal.
No, you're not.
You returned to Inazuma to prove the unparalleled brilliance of Ishin art. But to make this arduous journey, you committed countless atrocities and showed a blatant disregard for human life. Even if you were to sever that divine light, is this truly the outcome that your maker would have desired?
You...
Sure, you inherited the secrets of Ishin art. But even as you made your journey to honor this legacy, you treated the ones who wielded you as mere tools to do your bidding. How could you possibly unleash the full potential of Ishin art when you act in perfect discordance with the principle of harmony between a blade and its bearer?
Silence, you blabbering fool!
He's getting his shit talked through.
This was his life's dream, and the very purpose for which I was brought into being.
Yeah?
I'll concede that you are most perceptive. You see my predicament clearly. But you also underestimate my resolve.
And you should face reality.
Easy for you to say. Facing reality offers me nothing.
I have to sneeze.
Anything that would stand in my way.
Ooh,
Not hesitation.
excuse me.
Not self-reflection.
Ooh, excuse me. I am so sorry.
Not your so-called reality. It is pointless to argue further, descendant of the Kaedahara clan. If you wish to save this man, then offer me your body in exchange.
How stubbornly you stick to your wayward path. I do not believe for a second that you can challenge the almighty Shogun in your current state. So let us make a bet, and I will put your strength to the test.
What? Surely you're not planning to agree to his demands.
Very well.
What?
Then find yourself some enemies with whom you wish to cross blades. A taste of my power will more than convince you. Once we have dealt with them, we shall proceed to Tenshukaku.
And as for your end of the bargain, if you lose, you must release Aminoma Yuya from your control.
I accept.
Don't do this, Kazuha!
This is bad. This is bad. This is bad. Kazuha, I don't think you can do this.
This is the only way to save Aminoma Yuya. If we don't do this, he'll forever be the Blade's puppet.
But you, bro, what about you?
He is currently very weak, and I sense he's hesitating. This suggests his heart is still not completely devoid of honor. The power of the Tatarigami lies in intensifying existing obsessions. This is the reason Mr. Nagato and Aminoma Yuya fell prey to it. Since I don't have any similar kinds of obsessions, I should be able to put up some resistance for a while.
That's still concerning, sir. I'm still concerned. I don't know about this.
Take a turn for the worse. I still have you both here with me. We have a chance
Aww.
to save an innocent victim. I am willing to accept the risks entailed.
Kazuha. Fine.
Your disdain for me betrays your woeful ignorance. I agreed to this bet because there are things I wish to learn too. Now, take me in your hand.
Oh no. Oh, Kazuha. Oh no.
I'm okay.
Are you sure?
I felt a little dizzy at first, but only for a moment.
Oh, Kazuha.
So far, this was as I expected. I will. Thank you.
What should we do next? Have you got a plan, Kazuha?
We find some enemies. Although this blade has endured much turmoil, it probably hasn't experienced many real fights. If a blade built for Ishin art cannot enter a state of harmony between blade and bearer, it cannot unleash its true power. If he wants to avoid reality, then we need to fight until he has no choice but to face it. He shouldn't last long in an intense combat situation.
Wait a minute. Hyman remembers hearing about something from the Adventurers Guild. Since the Takasukasa clan abandoned that secret base, it's been held by Ronin ever since.
Oh.
All right. Please lead the way.
Are you gonna be okay, Kazuha?
Amanoma Yuya. What should we do with him?
The blade says he'll let Amanoma Yuya trail us silently. Although he hasn't regained his own consciousness yet, he is not in any immediate danger.
That's still concerning.
Here, this is a good idea. It's a pretty treacherous journey. Okay, fine. Just be careful.
Where are we going exactly, though? Is this on top of like a thing? So maybe we should teleport here and then fly down. Oh, it's a dungeon. Okay, cool. We need animal. That means we have to switch teams. We're gonna bring out this team. If it's filled with Rowan, that means that Sucrose might be useful. Oh, what was the fuck of me point of me choosing a team? If it was just gonna be
On this journey to me.
You sure?
It's a lucky day.
Into the wind.
More.
One with nature.
Hello? Sir, die. If you don't die.
Let's get down to business.
Into the wind. Clouds high. The wind knows me.
Very.
Okay.
How are you feeling? You okay?
I'm all right. Blade is performing largely as I expected. Having gone so long without proper use and maintenance, it's become very difficult to use. Though he's making every effort to persevere, I do not think he can last much longer.
Something else on your mind?
How strange. Rather than trying to control me, he is instead trying to match my fighting rhythm. Let's keep going.
My iPad, I forgot to I forgot to charge my iPad, so now it's like slow. It's slowly dying. So I don't know how well this is gonna go.
leaves around. And I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it.
Okay, is there... I guess this is not the type of place that would have... treasure chest? Oh, that was a lie. There's a treasure chest right there.
Time to go.
Kazuha's kind of dope, I ain't gonna lie. He's kind of cool.
It's my lucky day.
Into the wind.
How's this? Finally, hi. To the ferry. Finally, hi. It's my lucky day. Going somewhere?
The wind knows me. As one with wind and cloud. Into the wind.
Like, that's so cool. Oh, hello, Dragon Lair. It's good to see you again. Enjoy the lurk. I appreciate it. Yeah.
I can sense that his strength is slowly fading away. The blade is becoming more and more difficult for me to wield. He cannot hold out much longer. If he keeps persisting, he will likely break apart at any moment.
Uh-oh. He's gonna die.
What would that do to Amanome Yuya?
I will be careful with it. He also says he does not have any plans to give up easily. He's still trying to achieve his goal.
But he's dying. He's dying. I might have to, I definitely probably will have to, switch to, we're gonna do no tracking, but we're gonna do the, I think, lip sync. There's a way to do this. Just give me a moment, cause my iPad is not doing very well. But there's a way to make it.
It is the last link I have to the land of my birth.
Lip sync. Show volume. Mouse. I don't know. User. Default. Standing only. Default. That's not what I wanted. Default.
He is wonderful. Surely enough to convince anyone to become a wanderer.
We're gonna do this. We're gonna turn off the external tracking because my game is not having a good time right now. I mean, not my game, my iPad's not having a good time. It's not streaming. We need to go into settings so I can turn on lip sync. User, link, motion. It looks like it's moving, but my mouth and stuff is not moving. We're gonna have to do this. Exit out and reopen up the tuber.
Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade. It is the last link I have to the land of my birth.
This should work. Alright, just gotta wait for it to load. Now that we're doing this, it's gonna be a little stiff because I'm not using face track anymore, but now it's just gonna follow we're doing normal tracking because my iPad is dying, so this is what we're gonna use for now. Sorry about that, but we gotta let the iPad charge a little bit. So I'm gonna take this down, turn this off because I'm not tracking right now. Whoops, ooh, thank God I had a top on it. And we're gonna take the iPad down so I could charge.
This scenery is wonderful. Surely enough to convince convince anyone to become a wanderer.
Just give me one moment. Just give me a moment.
There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it. Okay. Let's get back into it. Alright, let's go. I didn't miss any treasure chests. Oh, okay. Into the wind.
No, I'm trying to dodge.
The wind knows me.
Damn it, no.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night, one with nature. It's fine.
No, dodge, dodge. He's hurting you.
Into the wind.
Alright, okay, we survived. We survived, we survived. Oh shit.
Really struggling the entire fight.
Yes. And it looks like he's reached his limit.
The shine's grown a bit dimmer again. It doesn't look anywhere near as impressive as it did at the start.
Yeah, I know.
This time, we'll finally have a chance to see his true form.
True form? What are you talking about? Huh? What the?
What did he turn into?
The same blade
Oh.
as before. It looks like a piece of junk.
Oh my god, look at it. Oh. Oh my goodness.
If you choose to continue in the state you're in, you wouldn't even be able to beat Samurai and Kairagi, much less the almighty Shogun. Maybe you did truly wield power to rival the Shogun's light when first forged. But the long journey from Snezhnaya back to Inazuma has left you battered and broken. It barely needs stating anymore. Your ambition is a flight of fancy.
Will he listen to you? Though the truth is right there in front of him.
I finally figured out why it was that you agreed to my bet. You wanted to reach a state of harmony with me. For perhaps then you would still be able to wield commendable power. But regrettably, we are nothing alike. I will never understand your obstinacy and cruelty, nor can I empathize with the one who made you. The only one who truly understood you had already passed away by the time you were born.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
Here they are! Take them down!
Uh-oh. Oh, shit.
Where do they keep coming from?
Oh, Jesus.
Yup. We can help this time.
Don't worry, I'll use my own blade. It's just more of the same.
Let's get down to business.
Is this safe?
One with nature.
That won't work.
What? Oh, the other one got blown far away. I need to stay away from you. Yeah, those two are dead.
Into the wind. As one with wind and cloud.
Where you go? Ooh.
Time to go. One with nature.
Yeah, he's dead. Cool. Cool.
Fought way better with your own sword.
You are a true Kaedehara in flesh and in spirit. Though we fought briefly together, you have seen me for who I really am. No one knew anything of my story throughout my travels, nor did I tell it to anyone. You are the first person to know the truth. I thought that if I could achieve Ishin harmony with you, perhaps there would still be a ray of hope for me.
But in this too, you have failed.
Indeed. No matter how hard I tried, I could not attain that perfect harmony that your personal blade does with you. Too much time has passed. My physical state is poor, and without proper maintenance, I can only disguise my true appearance behind an outer sheen. Yours is the blade that took on the Muso no Hitotachi. And what a magnificent blade it is. Perhaps I shall never reach that level of glory.
Well,
This is just a generic blade that I picked up during my travels in Liyue.
What?
it's not even an Ishi blade.
And maintenance are both important for a blade, but they are not everything. This blade has traveled the land with me for many years, and we have formed a close bond during that time. Plus, in the moment that I most needed it, I received aid from another power. Skill, blade, determination, and desire. All these must be aligned in the practice of Ishin art.
Wow. If I remember right, Kazuha also got like a little sparky spark from that empty electrovision he carries around from his friend.
Possess your own consciousness derived from the power of the Tatarigami. Tatarigami is a malevolence from the ancient past. It is the source of your mania and savagery. Though you tried to cooperate with me while I was wielding you, the part of you driven by Tatarigami was constantly trying to seize control of my body.
I sensed it, but I couldn't change it. It is an integral part of my consciousness.
That's still crazy that that blade really has thoughts and ideas and fucking destinies and shit.
Know whether you yourself
That it could
have any
just randomly possess people and take over their body. Like, ooh, I'm gonna possess you. I'm gonna take over your mind.
Since you embarked on a journey bound for a destination you were destined never to reach. The moment you embarked on this journey, you lost the only person who could have ever unleashed your true potential. And yet there was no way for you to turn your back on his ambition. You have known this for a long time. It is the true source of your despair.
He gave me
Oh, sorry, I was drinking from my water.
my life, my form, my consciousness, and purpose. How could I possibly deny him his wish? I said to him, "Do not worry. From here on, I shall forge your legacy." How could I go back on my word?
Aww.
I believe our bet is now settled. I have nothing further to say.
Where are you going, Kazuha?
He now has neither the ability nor the motivation to cause further harm. Let's give him some time to reflect on things.
Are we just gonna leave him with Yuya though? Are we just gonna leave him with Yuya? Don't we need to take his ass back to his family? Like, what's going on? Hello, Reese. Welcome in. If my avatar looks a little weird, it's because I'm doing like automatic movement because my iPad died. So I don't have tracking because I forgot to charge my iPad last night. So if my character looks a little stiff or look a little weird with the way that she talks and stuff, that's why. My iPad couldn't keep up with the tracking software. But over here, I'm glad to see you. I'm happy to see you.
It's as if I was transported to a strange dimension. It was somewhere I've never been. A bladesmith lay quietly on the bed, his frail face barely visible under the moonlight. His breaths were weak, and his life near its end. A newly forged blade lay by his side, listening attentively to his final words.
Wow. That was the Blade's memory, wasn't it?
Indeed. While in exile in Snezhnaya, the bladesmith eventually learned the truth behind everything that had happened. The Ishin art had been dealt a devastating blow by the desertion of its best smiths. He spent the rest of his life in the forge, not to vent his frustration and hatred, but to atone for his actions. He felt intense regret at being tricked by the Fatui, but he could never again return to his homeland. His sole wish was to one day return his single, proudest creation back to the land of his birth.
Oh,
So
okay.
he instructed this sentient blade to find a way back to Inazuma, no matter how long or how hard the journey. But he never wished to rival the gods. All he wanted to show was that they once shone brilliantly as blade and smith, that they were still worthy of being trusted.
Aww.
That's the true story. But after that, the blacksmith's intentions were worked by the Tatarigami, slowly turning his proud creation into the cursed blade of today.
That's wild how things could be influenced for the fucking worst. That's such a noble cause, but shit.
That of the Tatarigami. The hatred within that power is what sent the blade down its ill-fated path. This blade has committed unforgivable atrocities, but only because it lost its original master. No one was there to correct its errors when it was losing its way.
Shame it's too late now.
Yes, it is too late. Time would not wait or stop because of his determination. While the world moved on, his ambition remained stubbornly stuck at that fleeting moment at the dawn of his journey. He seems to have calmed down, though. Let's go and check in.
That's sad. That's sad.
Damned will sooner die again than lay a hand on me.
Okay, now we gotta talk to the blade.
When I look back at the past, I can remember the day of my forging like it was just yesterday. I once told him that I would pay any price to fulfill his wishes. Such was the debt I owed to him for giving me the gift of consciousness. But darkness and slaughter numb the mind. Over time, I lost sight of the difference between gratitude and grudge. Not only did I fail to fulfill his ambition, I also defiled it.
You are finally seeing
Aww.
reality clearly.
Since we agreed to the terms of the bet, I will honor the agreement and release Amenoma Yuya. But I still cannot bring myself to forsake his ambition. It is the entire purpose for my existence. So, may I ask you to help me fulfill the ambitions of myself and my creator?
Ow.
Hey! Now you're adding yours into the mix, too? Jeez, don't push your luck, mister.
How are you supposed to help him?
In this order, at least hear what I have to say. And if you don't agree, I will still release Amenoma Yuya as promised. My physical form, as well as the knowledge I possess, should still be of some value to you.
His attitude has grown a lot milder. What do you think, Kazuha? Should we give him a chance?
He's a murder
Let's
blade.
hear it.
Thank you all. When I was first forged, my maker was already terminally ill. He told me that he had wanted me to have the grandest opening battle. Alas, after that, he never rose from his sickbed again. Nor have I ever had the chance to prove myself in battle since. My fights were devoid of any noble meaning. They were merely the next step in my never-ending journey. The next in a long line of transgressions. You are a fine warrior. I would like to request your hand in battle and experience a true duel between samurai.
Oh? And who would be the opponent?
I will release Amenoma Yuya and restore his consciousness. Perhaps after that, you can convince him to commit to a fight with you.
Why?
He must have plenty of reasons to both hate me and desire a good fight.
Understood. Then let's start by waking him up and seeing if he has the stamina and will to fight.
I see. He used my body to inflict harm on others.
Oh, he's
I
back
utterly
now.
despise him and his actions. But since he stayed true to your agreement by releasing me, he must still have some remaining semblance of honor. If a duel can help to set this state of affairs in order, I am willing to put myself forward. I do not wish to be a mere victim in this story.
There's no need to worry. We'll vouch for your innocence to the Tenryu Commission.
Thanks for your help. Who knows how this would have ended without your intervention.
Yeah, homeboy would have went to
All
fucking
right,
jail.
then let's move on.
He would have went to jail.
At any moment, we can't stay here. In any case, for a final duel, I think we should aim for a greater sense of ceremony.
There was another chest out there that I saw. There was another chest. I saw it. Out here. Yeah, this chest. I hope that was the only chest. I wonder if it'll let me go back to check. See. Okay. Go up here. There are no chests. No chests over here. . This is the beginning. Cool. Ain't no more chests for us to take. I'll take this precious chest. Thank you very much. And now we can leave. We out this bitch. Now we can go back to where we were. Like here. Alright, another cutscene.
This reminds Paimon a bit of the Crux Clash. Yep, we still can't let our guard down. Even now, Paimon has a sneaking suspicion that Blade hasn't told us everything. Still, even if he's way past...
Look at that big old electro Haley trail in the back.
I have to feel a teensy bit sorry for him.
That is a murder Blade, Paimon. He killed a lot of people and hurt a lot of people.
Okay. All right then. Successor of Ishin art, Kaedahara Kazuha.
Successor of Amenoma art, Amenome Yuya.
Honored to cross blades with you.
It is my honor.
I wonder if this is gonna be like a cinematic little thing, or it's just gonna show them just fighting. Oh, we gotta fight Kazuha. Okay, that makes sense.
Into the wind. Time to go. The wind knows me. One with nature.
Are you blocking?
Into the wind. Fallen leaves, adorn my night. The wind knows me.
Ouch. Get back in my little circle, sir.
One with nature. The wind knows me.
Alright, cool, we won.
Thank you for the experience. Although he appears battered and broken, in your hands it seems he's regained a glimmer of brilliance. His sense of savage cruelty has completely faded away. But that same sense of determination remains strong.
You also fought well. I'm sure he relished the experience.
Is he gonna crumble to dust
I
now?
shall leave him to tell you himself.
I must apologize to you for all that has transpired.
You need not seek my forgiveness, nor do I have the right to forgive you on your victim's behalf. It is too late for all of that.
I do not wish for forgiveness. I only hope that you will see my transgressions as mine alone, and not let them stain the legacy of Ishin art. I strayed far from the straight and narrow path, but the Ishin art still has a worthy successor in Kaedehara Kazuha. I beseech you, please understand this.
Yes, I too trust Mr. Kaedehara to do the right thing.
Thank you, successor of Amenoma art.
This blade has also told me that he has another wish. He would like to visit the Amenoma smithy. Maybe we can go back there together.
Are you sure we should bring that
What does he want
murder
to go
blade
there for?
there? I don't know about that.
I'm not sure, But I think that all this is about to come to an end.
That's terrible. But, you know, let's go to the smithy. Let's go to the smithy to see what they say. I don't know what they're gonna say, but we can go and see. I for sure should try to upgrade one of my other characters that I don't usually use. Learn a new playstyle. But I don't have enough resources to do so. Or play the game enough to do that.
I am sorry to have troubled you. It's all thanks to them that I was able to return safely.
A prized Ishin blade, turned weapon that controls the human mind. Considering their forging philosophy, this was indeed within the realm of possibility.
Ooh.
This is a great pity.
My hair
But
still
I have some
hurts.
good news as well. Ryuji from the Bonton Sango Detective Agency tells me that they've found the missing Mr. Nagato.
Oh my god, he's alive!
Is he okay?
He's alive!
Yes, badly wounded, but he will live.
Oh yay! They found him alive! That's so
Now that
good!
Mia is back, it seems like the final ending to this
That's
story
so good! I'm glad he
is a
didn't
happy
die.
one after all.
I'm so glad he didn't
I
die.
think I know what you want to do.
What's wrong, Kazuha? Is the blade whispering in your ear again?
Yes. He said he wants to take control of me for a brief moment.
What? No way! Hasn't it learned its lesson?
He tells me that he's thought of another way to fulfill his maker's wish. And he assures me that he won't use my body for anything nefarious. I have decided to let him do it.
Guess there's nothing we can say to change your mind, huh?
Didn't he just let him possess him like a few moments ago to talk to that man? I trust Kazuha, it's okay.
I will explain my reasons later.
He knows what he's doing.
I am ready. Let us begin. Please, stay true to your promise.
Oh, we get a cinematic.
My power is almost spent. Without him, my eventual demise is inevitable. But if I abandon the future to give everything I have in this moment, my physical form can be forged anew.
Everything? You mean...
Yes, the cost is my entire consciousness.
Oh! Is he giving him like...
Right, there's nothing that I can accomplish now. But there's still a chance for Ishin art. Once remade, I will be a valuable resource for your studies.
Oh shit.
It lives on, and its finest hour is yet to come.
Oh, is he giving him like the master's like
I'm not the one to
blade work skill?
Shogun, as long as it is an Ishin blade, crafted by Kaedehara hands, it will still fulfill his final wish.
Oh shit.
Thank you, son of the Kaedehara clan. Over the years, my real name has been forgotten by all. I'm ashamed to utter it, yet it remains strong in my mind. Kagotsurube Ishin. This name is now yours to keep.
Holy shit, look at that blade. It literally fits him, bro. That shit's sexy. Y'all see that shit? That blade is wild.
So, that's why he said it had to be done in that order. His consciousness will disappear forever after fulfilling the bladesmith's wish.
Kagotsurube Ishin. It was the first
That
time I had
sword
ever
is sexy. Y'all see that? It fits Kazuha perfectly.
Disapproved of his own actions, and thus chose to bury this name deep within his heart. Only in the final moments, before his consciousness faded, was he willing to entrust it to another.
like he really, really wanted to fulfill his maker's wish.
Wow.
Same fervent ambition that gave him the motivation to keep going forward also fueled the stubborn determination that blinded him to the path ahead. Speaking for myself, I'd rather see him recognize and atone for his mistakes than see him punished for them. I understand. Perhaps this is a flaw in my personality. I've always been captivated by grand aspirations.
That's
His
okay.
wish to rival the divine light touched something inside of me, just as the sight of those who fought to repeal the Vision Hunt decree did. Your quest to face the gods and trace your sibling inspires me in the same way. After everything I've seen, perhaps these pursuits fascinate me a little more than they should.
Oh, Kazuha.
I will continue to support you from this point on. Know that you will have my assistance whenever you need it.
Thank you, Kazuha.
Shouldn't we also go update Kujo Kamaji?
Oh, you're right. We need to tell him about the findings of our
I
investigation.
forgot about old homeboy.
It's also time to give him a response to the offer he made me.
I forgot about homeboy. Kujo. Those are the people that Sarah. Oh, you see her standing by the statue of I.
You've returned. I hear that the issue has been resolved. Though this was a treacherous investigation indeed, we're most fortunate that no lives were lost. The Tenryou Commission has already attended to the danger at the warehouse. The investigation into Amanoma Yuya should conclude soon.
Excuse me.
I do not believe he will be charged with any crime.
Wow, you sure kept your ear to the ground.
Then we needn't recount all the details again. Now, as to your earlier offer, I wish to give you my answer. Please take a look at this blade.
What's this?
Kagotsurube Ishin, a weapon crafted using a long-lost blade forging art of the Kaidahara clan. By means of a series of fortuitous events, I was able to recover and restore him. I also promised him that I will continue to study and pass on the secrets of Ishin art. And so, it looks like I will likely continue with my journey across the nations, learning more about this blade as I go.
I see. I understand.
The Kaidahara clan has always been a family of bladesmiths, so it is only proper for me to continue on this path. Were I to accept your goodwill, I may find myself embroiled in conflicts between the shogunate and Sangonomiya. That would not suit me.
You misunderstand. That was most certainly not our intent.
I am aware, but I still desire to continue walking my own path.
Good on you, Kazuha.
I can understand. Then let's pretend this offer was never raised. However, if you should ever change your mind or find yourself in need of the Shogunate's assistance, please do not hesitate to inform me.
Great. Thank you for your generosity.
Where will you travel to next, Kazuha?
I'll probably take to the seas with Captain Beto again for now.
Hell yeah.
As for my next destination,
Sumeru?
let's see where the wind takes me.
Sumeru? I feel like we're gonna see him in Sumeru.
You must have a whole bunch of questions after our last conversation with Nahida.
Oh shit, we got the sword.
A million more questions, but didn't want to seem too pushy. Like, about these descenders. So, does that just mean people like you who come traveling to Teyvat from someplace else? And as for your brother... so many questions. Let's go find Nahida and see what else we can find out.
See, that makes sense. No wonder why we had to finish this quest before, because we're gonna fucking meet Kazuha and Sumeru. Homeboy is there. Also, we got a weapon. We got a goddamn sword. What's this? We got a goddamn sword. No, that's not what I wanted. I want to go into characters. Sword user, sword user, sword user. Jesus fucking Christ! God, God damn it! God damn it! God damn it, Dobby! Shit! Hello to you too. You scared the shit out of me. Okay, sword user, sword user. We got a new sword. Yeah, this one, the Fester Desire. I remember that one from Dragon Place, but this is the sword we got. When a normal charge or plunging attack hits an opponent, it will whip up a healing gale, deal an AoE damage equal to 180% of attack and increasing attack by 15% for 8 seconds. This effect can be triggered once every 8 seconds. This is definitely a Kazuha fucking weapon. I don't have an animal sword weapon. Yeah. Oh, Jean. Jean's an animal sword user, but she's a healer though. I gave her the flute. When a normal charge or plunging attack hits an opponent. I guess this works because she's an animal sword user. But I don't think I'll ever level up. I might level up Jean one day. Who's currently in the witch thing right now? Oh, Kazuha. Damn, it would be dope if I actually got Kazuha. But I don't see that in my future. I do not have the Primo gems for that shit. If I could pull on Kazuha and actually get him, that would be fucking dope. Is Kazuha a 4-star or 5-star? I think he's a 5-star, right? I think so. I think he's a 5-star. Yeah, he's a 5-star. How fucking dope it would be if I actually got him. Okay, this. Who's that blue sword for? Oh, a blue sword from the land of Wen. So a Mondstadt sword? Wonder who can. I wonder who be. I know this one is for I'll hate them. Sure. Freedom Sworn. That could have gone on Jean. Anyways, there's a quest over here for us to take. What is that? I don't know what that is. But we gotta go all the way back to Sumeru because we have something to do. Which is this. No, not that. This one. Back to Sumeru, where we originally was. But before we continue with our Sumeru, I need to take a small break. You know, give my head a little rest from these headphones of mine. So you should also go take a little break. Go get some water, go get a snack, go use the bathroom, you know, all that good shit. And I'll be back in just a few moments. Just gonna rest my head and stretch my legs. Okay, I am back. Which means we're back in the game. So let's do this shit. We need to go talk to Nahida to see what the fuck is uppy. Oh wait. I forgot to unmute Genshin. Whoops. There we go. Alright, let's go. We gotta find Nahida. Nahida. I think this is where you go. I think this is the way. I don't know. This place is kind of confusing. I know there's an elevator, right? I think I might have went the wrong way.
Maybe I'll borrow something to read.
Oh, go up. Oh shit. I don't think this is the place we're supposed to be in. No, this is this man's office. Alright, so we went the wrong way. We're gonna go. We're gonna go and do that. I clearly went the wrong fucking way. Oh, here we go.
Come on, serious suggestions, please. I'm not trying to write a thriller here. It's supposed to be an essay, you understand? An essay. That means facts and logic.
Well, if it's facts and logic you're after, you shot yourself in the foot with your choice of research topic, didn't you? The Tatara Suna mystery. When so much remains unexplained, there's little to be objective about. Unless, of course, you restrict yourself to textual criticism.
Yeah, well, this is my teacher's area of research. I can't change that. But it's fascinating enough without having to sensationalize it, don't you think? The strange location, the missing details, a mysterious person. I want to write my essay on something interesting, and I'm interested in getting to the bottom of all this. That's the only reason I came to you.
Yes, you came to me, so all the more reason to take my advice. The fact is, it's the dramatization that will make people want to read it. There's no getting around that.
Okay, but...
Did one of them just mention Tatara Suna? But that's all the way in Inazuma.
That is.
Is it just Paimon, or is it kinda unusual for someone in Sumeru to...
You're not wrong, Dobby. You're not wrong. The NPCs are copy paste generic, change a few details, add some wrinkles, take away some wrinkles, change your hair color, and then go about your business.
Pretty much anything.
Let's go in and listen.
Let's go find out what this Tatara Suna mystery is all about.
Talk to the scholars on the road.
Alright, I guess I'll go with my textual criticism and your editorial direction for the first draft. I have a feeling that the missing Kabuki Mono will end up being the main focus of this paper. If only we knew where to find that traveler. From what they say about her, this seems like the kind of thing she'd know about.
Oh, looking for me? If you're looking for the traveler, that's me.
Oh, you're the traveler, you say?
Hey, what's with that face? Don't believe us?
If you don't believe, I'll go.
No, of course I believe you. Actually, I first heard about your great exploits when I was still in Inazuma. This is my first time coming face to face with you and your mysterious silver-haired companion. I couldn't believe my luck, and out of force of habit, I started, examining the evidence. Sorry.
So Wada, for the love of... Sorry, we don't get out much, so our social skills are kinda lacking. Traveler, I hear you've helped many people a great deal and been to many places. Would you be able to tell us about Tatarasuna?
Actually, we don't know much about that place either. In fact, we only came over here because we heard you talking about it and wanted to learn more.
I see.
Sorry, I can't help this
My
time.
teacher chose this area of research as a personal challenge. He said it's difficult to get into because even Inazumans don't know much about Tatarasuna's past. But who'd have thought that...
If you don't mind, I'd love to show you all my outline for the book I'm writing about Tatarasuna.
Hold on, Sawada. Don't you think that's a bit of a deep dive for a first read?
Well, fair point. In that case, please ease yourselves in gently by taking a look at Akaba's latest essay draft.
Let me give you some background. This all started with the discovery of some records in Tatarasuna. The writings mentioned someone by the name of Mikoshi Nagamasa, who crafted a fine blade. But in the end, he threw it into a fire to destroy it, and killed his servant Katsuragi. Why? Well, no one knows. Apart from the swordmaker, his servant, and the one who wrote this all down, the records also mention a kabuki mono. This seems to be an Inazuman word for an eccentric stranger, someone who dresses funny or acts in an unusual way.
That's right. Akaba's teacher has spent quite some time researching these events on the ground. This kabuki mono lived in Tatarasuna for a while before disappearing without a trace. And shortly afterwards, as Akaba mentioned, things got pretty ugly.
So first this strange person goes missing, then a murder happens? Seems kind of fishy to Paimon.
It is kind of fishy, I agree.
Exactly. So I helped out too. I asked everyone I could think of if they knew anything about what happened back then. And wow!
Wow, he's so intense. Calm down, sir. Why are you yelling at me? Why are you yelling at me?
It's important. I just wanted to make it stand out. It just so happens that a friend of mine works at the government records office. He looked into it for me, and I can now confirm that all the aforementioned individuals did, in fact, live in Inazuma over 400 years ago. Even back then, Tatarasuna was already at the center of Inazuma's smelting industry. The man in charge was a government official named Niwa. Curiously enough, it seems like he went missing too.
Wait, so there are two missing people in this story now?
Oh, two people.
What's more, Niwa is a name with a lot of history to it. Have you ever heard of the great swordsmith clans of Inazuma?
Oh, the swordsmiths? Yeah, like Ishin art and so on?
Wow, yes, you really know your stuff. That makes things easier. So basically, this Niwa was a distant relative of the Kaidahara clan.
That makes sense. Kazuha's gonna show up.
Something then seems to have happened in the Kaidahara clan, leading to their downfall. I don't know the details, but taken in light of everything else going on around that time, it makes you wonder whether it's all connected somehow.
The Kaidahara clan?
Sawada, you left out the biggest detail of all.
Yes, more?
Oh, yes, of course. How could I forget? Brace your minds, ladies and gents, for they are about to be blown. Or maybe you won't believe your ears. I wouldn't blame you, of course, because in all my years as a writer, this is by far the most.
Get to the point, for Pete's sake.
According to information acquired by Akaba's teacher, the kabuki mono was not a human, but a puppet.
Oh.
A puppet?
Didn't we? The Shogun's puppet has to be the Balladeer, but that was 400 years ago, and
Judging by the looks on your faces, you do know something after all.
No, Ryman just meant, how creepy. The way you described it makes it sound like a ghost story.
I agree, it does. But considering that non-human races in Inazuma are by no means uncommon, spooky events are to be expected. And that's exactly what my book is about. Please, take a look.
Okay. I'm not reading all that. What the fuck? I'm not reading that.
Please read my essay draft as well.
What the fuck? No, y'all got me fucked up. I'm not reading that shit. Look at that. Look. No, I'm not reading that.
Encouraging me to
I'm not reading that. You got me fucked up.
Approach, but I think essays should be grounded in facts. I don't think explaining everything away with mysterious forces will cut it. Oh, how about if I plug the holes in Sawana's narrative with political intrigue? Like, I could put a turf war between rival factions at the center of the whole series of events.
Wait, you're allowed to just make stuff up? Pretty sure you've gone from essay to guessay there.
Akaba, look. Your teacher has researched this extensively. I've reached out to everyone I could think of. Whatever information we have now is all that there is to know. This is as much detail as you're ever going to get. Besides, if there really was a political power struggle going on at anything like the level you seem to be suggesting, what hope would we ever have of finding out the truth?
Good point. Okay, back to the drawing board, I guess. Give me some time. I need to find a new angle on this.
We have some other stuff to do, so we'll have to say goodbye for now. Good luck with your essay.
Yeah,
right,
good luck, I guess.
If you find out any more info about all this, please do let me know. Thanks so much.
Now we go find Nahida.
Hey, so that thing they were talking about, it has to do with the balladeer, doesn't it? Okay, then even if we did know something about it, we probably couldn't share it with them, huh?
No.
After all, we kicked his butt and got him locked up. Information about people like that is usually super confidential, isn't it?
Yes.
If you ask Paimon, Akaba should just pick a different topic. There must be as many essay topics as there are trees in the forest. There's no point in...
I beg your fucking pardon? Sir?
Hey, did you see that? He literally just went by, over there. It looked like...
Sir?
Here. No, it can't have been. He got locked up. Oh, quick, let's catch him.
How he just gonna walk past as if he's not a fucking enemy? How he just gonna... what? Like, sir, what are you doing here? Like who the fuck was that? Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way. He just fucking appeared out of nowhere and decided to just come by. Nahida, was that you? Was that you, Nahida?
Traveler, Paimon, there you are. Nahida, bad news. We just saw the balladeer strolling around in public. Did he escape or... Ah! It's him!
Sure enough, you're here.
Hey! What are you doing in the sanctuary of Surasthana? Aren't you supposed to be locked up? I know you must have a lot of questions. Please, allow me to explain.
Nahida?
It was my idea to set the balladeer free. We made a deal, and he's gonna do some investigation in Irminsul for me. A deal? Huh. You sure you trust this guy?
What did you expect? Why do you think Sumeru would keep me around otherwise? Or maybe killing me is all you can think about? But if that's the case, why haven't you done it already?
Don't flatter yourself. It was... Nahida said there's still some mysteries in you to figure out.
Ah, so if it were up to you, you'd finish the job? Guess I had you all wrong. There I was thinking you were just getting cold feet.
Well, that escalated quickly. Not a good start. Could I ask you all to please calm down? But Paimon's worried about you, Nahida. Don't let him trick you.
It's not every day you see people questioning the God of Wisdom's judgment. Just when you think you've seen it all.
I hate this little bastard.
You dare try to drive a wedge between us! As long as the terms are reasonable, I don't think there's a problem in making a deal. Even with the Balladeer.
Well, I for one have no reason to doubt you, considering you even struck a deal with the doctor.
Yes, one in which I gained valuable information. You'll come to understand more about that in the fullness of time. The Balladeer's power was all but completely spent after your battle. He's no longer strong enough to be a strategic threat to us. That puts him in quite a precarious position. Plus, he's a former Harbinger with knowledge of many of the Fatui's sensitive secrets. Being stuck here in Sumeru could make him a sitting duck, depending on how the Fatui plan to respond. Wait a second. Former? You mean he's not a Harbinger anymore? I take no pleasure in saying this, but it seems as if the doctor had no intention of welcoming back a loser, so...
Oh, he got tossed aside. That's wild. It's what he deserves. It's what he fucking deserves.
Sometimes it's you using them, other times it's them using you. Most human relationships are this way. Certainly all the stable ones are. That's how it was between me and the Fatui, and also between each of the Harbingers. So as long as you have some value to offer, nobody will ever abandon you. But after recent events, even I have to admit that I'm not worth quite what I used to be.
Really, what a crying shame.
Well, if the Fatui are gonna reevaluate my utility, I need to have a backup plan for myself.
As we discussed, I don't like causing harm to living beings, and you said you need protection. So, why not join forces with us?
I think these two have made their objection to that idea fairly clear, don't you? And they're your friends, so I guess you'll be siding with them.
Yeah, obviously! Nahida, don't listen to him! Then let's put that discussion to the side for now. We still have time. Today can be a trial run. Where we go from here will depend on how well we manage to cooperate today.
All right, then I'll do what we agreed.
Good. Go now, and keep in touch. Nahida, are you serious about this?
This is suspicious as shit.
I have my reasons for this decision. In fact, I'm largely doing it for your benefit.
Why?
Yes. As I told you once before, there's information about your twin in Irminsul. Oh, yeah. Actually, that's the whole reason we came to see you today. So, you have an update on that? Mm-hmm. You may remember me mentioning that the Fatui had not included your twin's details in the Descender category. This is an extremely important point. It's possible that the Fatui have other information that even I don't know about. And since the Balladeer used to be one of them, he'll be better acquainted with this information than I am. He was granted the power to connect with Irminsul when he almost became the god of a new era. Even though he no longer has the Gnosis, some traces of its power remain in him. He can still connect. The amount of information in Irminsul is vast beyond description. Sifting through all of it without knowing what to look for would take too long, even for me. So I asked the Balladeer to search in Irminsul for any information about the Descenders. He's more familiar with this kind of information, and should be able to find it more quickly. Exactly! Or what if... Paimon just doesn't trust him! He's treated us as enemies every time we've run into him!
You're right, because he is the enemy.
But sometimes, Everything is dictated by which side you're on. How things will go in the future depends on what information he brings back. And Traveler, I know what your heart desires most of all. Our minds have connected several times before. There is a corner of your heart reserved for an intense longing. A feeling of being all alone in the dark, searching for the one candle whose light still burns. As Sumeru's deity, it is my responsibility to be on guard against the Balladeer. But as someone who counts you as a friend, I want to do something for you. If this deal with the Balladeer can give you the answers you've been longing to find, then it's worth it.
Thank you, Nahida.
It's my pleasure, really. You're Sumeru's hero.
Hey, who's that? No, you can't join my world. I don't know who you are.
Paimon's still worried about this idea. Is there anything we can do to help? I was going to contact you about that, but then you suddenly showed up on your own accord. Seems like we have a telepathic connection. In fact, I was going to ask you to supervise the Balladeer on my behalf while he carries out the task I assigned. Even though he has a fraction of his full power left, that's still a fraction of a former Harbinger. If you could accompany him, it would put my mind at ease. Of course, I'll be there to help guide you through Irminsul from the outside. Great, thank you. Prepare yourselves. I'm going to transport you into Irminsul.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I thought we was finna meet Kazuha. I guess we'll meet him later.
It looks pretty different here compared to last time. The colors are gentler. Guess that must be because Sumeru's at peace now.
Look at that. Hot on my heels. You know, you didn't have to cut your catch-up short just to keep me company. Oh, but I guess you panicked when you realized that I might enter Irminsul ahead of you.
Shut your beak, jailbird! No way a prisoner gets to be so smug!
I understand that prisoners have to put up with harassment from the guards. But right now, I'm on temporary release. So maybe you should think about backing off a little.
No.
Sounds like a successful rendezvous. I need to be quite clear about something. In a few moments, you'll be entering into the innermost region of Irminsul. It is an environment like no other, and the most important place in all of Sumeru. Unlike anywhere else, Irminsul's inner region consists exclusively of torrents of information. You must put aside your differences and be extremely careful as you navigate your way through. I know there are many grievances between you on both sides, but it is essential that you remain calm after entry. This is as much for your own safety as anything else.
Okay.
Fine. Let's call it truce. But only until this mission's over.
Let's cut each other a little slack, shall we? We are gonna be traveling together after all. Per my agreement with Lesser Lord Kusanali, I'll be at the front. It's my job to lead the way and get rid of any obstacles in our path. All you have to do is keep your pretty eyes open and try not to fall behind.
You sure are confident. Paimon will give you that. You make it sound like you're even more experienced at adventuring than us.
If there are no further objections, I suggest we get going.
God, I hate this
We'll
little
give you some
bastard.
time to mentally prepare yourselves.
Ew! Ugh, the snark on this guy. It's unbearable.
We can start now.
Irminsul access grant. Initiating connection procedure.
Little snarky little bastard. Little snarky little fucker. As if I won't pull out your core and kill you, you little robot.
Darn it! Come on, let's catch up with him.
I know, he's so fucking annoying. Like, even his voice fucking irritates me to my fucking spirits.
So this is the inside of Irminsul. Ooh.
Ooh, spooky ghost tree.
I've never seen anything like this.
Spooky ghost tree.
Feels like a sacred place.
Irminsul is closely intertwined with the entirety of Tevat. Every bit of information flowing here means something. Pick your jaws up off the floor. It's time to go.
I'm getting sick and tired of you talking to me like that.
Do the opposite of everything he says.
Lesser Lord Kusanali, we will now proceed to the heart of Irminsul.
Can you still sense where the heart of Irminsul is?
Yes. Permission to begin searching for information there?
Permission granted. Go ahead.
Let's go. Stay close. Don't go running off.
Hey, so say we did go running off in here. What would happen?
You die, Paimon.
What are you smirking at?
I was just imagining the look on your travel companion's face if you went and got lost. Anything's possible in here. You can't rule anything out. So if you want to stay safe, your best option is to stick close to me.
Okay, I still hate you. Oh, it's gonna force me to walk.
These sapling things have spread out.
Those are all packets of information from inside Irminsul. Be careful not to touch them.
It looks the same in every direction.
Is he like deliberately walking into it? He is.
No wonder he mentioned about getting lost. Huh. What do you know? He was actually telling the truth. Is he mocking me again? What is it this time?
There's a time and a place to lie, but this definitely isn't it. So why don't you relax your guard a little? We're here.
What a huge tree!
That tree is fucking huge.
Lesser Lord Kusanali,
Good, you made it. Are you ready?
ready when you are.
Then please begin. Preparing to access cognitive currents. Establishing waypoint. The Balladier's actually doing what Nahida tells him. Guess he must want to stay alive.
We should still kill him though, just because we can.
The rest is up to you. If you discover anything at all, make sure to share it with us.
Will do.
Huh. For once, we're the ones with nothing to do. Traveler, Paimon, would you like to talk? Yes, I've also invited Paimon to join. Huh? What the? We can talk to each other inside our heads?
Oh God, Paimon.
That's part of it. Plus, we're all friends. There's nothing wrong with us talking like this once in a while. Paimon's never tried this before. This is great! So, Paimon's been wanting to ask you something. Don't you think the Balladier's a bit of a walking contradiction? He's always talking back, but he seems to listen to what you say.
Is it because she's a god?
As I've told you before, there are still some mysteries for him to resolve. Things that are clear as day to me, but that he has yet to understand. Perhaps today will be the day that he finds some answers. Well done. Smart and attentive as always.
Oh yeah.
So, you made contact with that part of his mind. Well, it's true. betrayal turned the Paladin into the person he is today. Huh. Paimon thought nothing could get under that guy's skin. Turns out, he can get hurt and angry just like anyone else. Everyone has a history, Paimon. Even if you're a puppet created by the Electro Archon. Speaking of puppets, we ran into two people at the Academia today talking about an essay. Turns out their topic was about the Tatarasuna incident. Nahida, do you know anything about that? If you mean the mysterious events, the Kabuki Mono and so on, yes. I know about all of that. Really? Because from what they were saying, it sounded like lots of Tatarasuna's history is still unexplained. And most of the information we have now is just from people filling the gaps with their imagination. At least that's what they thought. Oh? How interesting. Those two managed to deduce quite a lot through guesswork alone. So the Gesei got it right? Well, they guessed right about one thing. Tatarasuna was sabotaged.
Must be a riveting conversation you three are having. Funny how all the good ones happen when I'm not involved.
What makes you think we're talking to each other?
Don't insult me. You're having a private conversation without me. Obviously, I must be the topic of said conversation. Of course you do. You can't have your prisoner knowing too much.
So, have you found anything yet?
Still looking. Don't get your hopes up, though. You and your twin come from outside this world. It wouldn't surprise me if there was nothing on either of you in Irminsul at all.
Wait, how did you know about that? Did Nahida tell you?
It's not like we've never met before. And anyway, you're world famous. It'd be more surprising if I didn't know a few things about you.
Talking to you make me fucking have aneurysm. You're so fucking annoying, you little piece of shit.
Right now, we have to keep the peace. I'm not interested in creating more misery for myself. And making cordial conversation is something I can manage. Huh? Wait.
Uh-oh, it looked like he found something.
This light. It looks similar to those saplings. What could it be?
Anonymous data.
Anonymous?
Hey, don't you forget the agreement. You have to share it with us.
Shh. Just wait.
Mr. Niwa, are you certain this is worth the risk? We are talking about Tatarasuna's furnace, after all. It may not pay to act rashly.
There's no one else who can enter the furnace. It has to be me.
Is that so? Well, since you insist.
It's...
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, it's getting bloody. It's attacking our brain. Oh, fuck, now we gotta relive it.
Tatarasuna for some time now. You have shown me great hospitality, as has Mikoshi Nagamasa, and indeed, everyone else. Under your leadership, Tatarasuna is a warm, welcoming place, like a giant village. People are gainfully employed, their lives have purpose. They are motivated. As I understand, the Raiden Shogun has, in recent years, eliminated much of the evil that plagued Inazuma. As for Tatarasuna, it was originally established as a means of safely disposing crystal marrow. The forging industry with crystal marrow as a raw material has since flourished, giving rise to generations of swordsmiths. Some world-renowned, others unknown, all passing on their legacy. Skills, blood, dreams. Every smith brought into this trade looks to find their purpose between steel and blade. That is why you accepted the proposal brought to you by myself and Akame.
Yes, well, were it not for you coming to Inazuma and happening to make Akame's acquaintance, the two of you never would have joined forces.
Oh, so this is Niwa.
And he would be the first to admit that there's no way he could have revolutionized our forging process like this on his own. At least not on the same
Iwa
principle.
Kadahara? So
You allowed
Kazuha
Akane to take all the credit
ancestor?
for a method that you jointly developed. He sold it to me, and now every piece of ore here is smelted using the new technique. Even now, you remain one of Tatara Suna's key consultants, working right here alongside us. I believe it is you, sir, who are truly responsible for the changes in our manufacturing and forging methods.
You flatter me. From the outset, I saw much that was commendable in the forging industry of Inazuma, and it has been my great honor to befriend you all.
So you say, Escher. But is this really the truth?
My good sir, what do you mean?
I tried to resist thinking it was all connected, because I didn't want to speculate. And I didn't want to believe that things could turn out this way.
Uh-oh.
What have we gained from adopting your new technology? Ominous black smoke? Mounting production problems? Worker fatigue and casualties are up and continuing to rise at an alarming rate. And recently, as you well know, someone died because of that strange filth inside the furnace. We've kept the truth from spreading outside, but still, I suspect you understand it better than I do.
That's terrible.
People who went out to get help have come back. Now, our mutual friend, the Kabuki Mono, is taking the Golden Feather to Narukami Island to seek an audience with Shogun. This is our last hope. But that doesn't faze you, does it, Escher? Nothing does. Otherwise, why would you still be standing there with that smile on your face?
I'm just surprised that you finally chose to be so sincere. I'm sure you've been harboring these suspicions for quite some time.
Mikoshi Nagamasa may have noticed that there was one common denominator among all these events. Namely you, Escher. But Mr. Mikoshi is more cautious than I. He does things by the book.
After all, Nagamasa is the adopted son of Mikoshi Torichio, the yokai struck down by the Shogun's own hand. If he truly seeks to redeem his family's honor, an abundance of caution is well advised.
You're well informed on the subtleties of his situation for a mechanic all the way from Fontaine. Are you sure you're not a little overqualified?
Why, Mr. Niwa, are you suggesting I find a job as a diplomat? Sadly, I am so very attached to my craft.
Enough, Escher. I'm here because an evil force is raging inside the furnace. And someone needs to take your new device inside the high-risk zone so we can absorb it and put an end to the problem. I'm in charge here. And I'm about to take some responsibility and head inside. Probably to my death. But what about you? What are you still doing here?
Judging from the look in your eyes, you don't seem to trust me.
Drop the act! We're past that now. Whoever you are, it looks like your plan to destroy Tatara Suna has worked. I just want to know what you're still doing here. What's left?
This is so intense.
You have all your answers by now.
Honestly, I'm just waiting for the right moment.
He has a knife. Oh, you killed him.
A moment like this, where you finish talking and I stop you from entering the furnace.
You...
You're a little smarter than I initially gave you credit for. I thought I'd disguised myself exceptionally well, at least for the first few days. But to my surprise, you had your people look into my background right from the start. It's a long journey from Inazuma to Fontaine, but that didn't stop them. Eventually, they managed to confirm that Escher was an alias, and that I was not from Fontaine at all.
Oh shit, really?
And yet, despite all of that, you still fail to realize my true identity, and what I seek in Tatara Suna.
Did you really think you would be able to see through my plan?
What?
If you kill me, there's no one who can get inside the furnace. So you're really going to destroy this place? Is that it?
Oh, but you're quite wrong. There is one other person. Some may not see him as a person, but you told him yourself. You're not a puppet. You're a human. You're just missing a heart.
Uh-oh.
Whoever you're working for won't get away with this. They'll be found out. But this makes no sense. What are you really trying to accomplish by all this? Why go to all this trouble?
It's no trouble at all. Patience is a virtue which I have in abundance. This is all part of a carefully controlled experiment.
Experiment? What the fuck?
No, I'm happy to divulge my true identity. I'm a Fatui Harbinger. Call me the Doctor.
Oh, that's what he looks like? He's so generic.
Who? What do you want?
He's so generic, though.
Create a minor inconvenience for your nation.
That's it. That's why you gave us your cursed technology? Just to let loose the evil energy from the crystal marrow?
Look how even the righteous soul is filled with venom when faced with its demise.
Jesus.
My device functions precisely as you say. It is the only chance you have of preventing a catastrophe and keeping the truth from the outside world. However, I did not make it with you in mind. It is easier for a person to be possessed by evil spirits when they are filled with hate. So give in to your fury. I want to see what happens when a malevolent heart is placed into an unsuspecting puppet. Make no mistake, even without you, that pure, innocent puppet would only end up being used by someone else instead. What other reason would a human have for befriending one who is not of our kind?
Wow, you really are an asshole. A deep shit.
If you give him my heart, tell him that both Nagamasa and I see him as one of us. He has nothing to prove to anyone. Because not everyone just wants to use other people. The only ones who think like that are people like you.
Oh.
What a beautiful way to see the world. It almost makes me feel a little guilty. Then out of respect for you, I shall redefine myself. Think of me as a monster or a demon, if you wish. At least this way your death is not a consequence of your own folly turning you into an easy target. You simply lost to something more powerful than you could ever hope to defeat. I say, Mr. Niwa, let's see what happens. Will your puppet friend become a human? No, that will prove quite impossible. Mr. Niwa, already dead. What a pity. Jester, I have completed the task you gave me, creating a gap and infiltrating Inazuma's inner workings. What fun it was. I'd like to introduce a puppet to you. If he proves useful, let's make him our newest comrade. And if not, let's turn him to dust.
Oh. Oh, that's terrible.
Hey, are you alright?
Dottore? Dottore!
Oh, God.
Good. Good.
Was that the doctor? Did he turn into a mechanic from Fontaine? But why did we see things from his perspective? When I touched the doctor to confirm whether he'd eliminated all his segments, I read this memory in his mind. You have to admit, it must be the truth.
Maybe so, but it means nothing.
Does it? But this memory shows that Niwa didn't betray you. He never meant for you to be the one to take the device into the furnace. You know very well what that means. Even more so than I.
That's terrible.
Let's give him some space. He looks really mad. Paimon doesn't want to be anywhere near him right now. We need to give him some time to process his emotions. Paimon's still confused about the Tatarasuna incident. So, the doctor was behind it, but why has that gotten him so worked up? Nobody has ever deceived you like that, Paimon. It's natural that you find it difficult to understand. Perhaps he needed to learn this someday. So now you have the complete picture. Katsuragi took the Kabukimono to live with the people of Tatarasuna. Later, the doctor showed up, disguised as a mechanic from Fontaine. And that's when the trouble began. It was all a horrific experiment planned by the doctor. Everything he did was just to plant seeds of disaster in Inazuma that would bear fruit in the future. Of all the unwitting participants in the doctor's experiment, the balladeer became the main test subject.
That is terrible.
You just saw in that memory. The doctor put Niwa's heart into the device and handed it to the balladeer. Then, he instructed him to enter the furnace and absorb all the filth caused by the smelting process. The load was far beyond what he expected, but the balladeer survived. He left the furnace in sheer exhaustion and said to the mechanic, "This device seems to have protected me. What's in it?" The mechanic answered, "Niwa fled this place for fear of punishment, but he left you a gift. He said it's the one thing that you've been looking for." He took it straight from the chest of one of his innocent servants. The mechanic removed the withered heart from the device as he spoke. The balladeer was stunned that such unthinkable cruelty had brought him the thing he'd been longing for his entire life. A heart acquired through cold-blooded murder is a cursed thing, but it has protected him from the filth. He thought Niwa had completely betrayed him, and yet this very betrayal had ensured his survival. Overwhelmed with anger and sorrow, the balladeer threw the heart to the ground and left Tatarasuna without looking back. Holy moly!
Jesus Christ!
He killed an innocent man and pinned everything on the victim? That's terrible.
That is terrible.
Yes. Only if he understands this can he choose a new path forward.
Tottori, you brazen-faced... Niwa didn't run from justice. You killed him.
Oh, so the balladeer is not happy.
Shall we see how he's doing?
Maybe.
Hey, you alright? That's a scary expression.
Are you worried about me? If we didn't have such a history, I'd almost think that qualifies me to be your friend.
We just don't make sure this doesn't affect the plan.
It won't. I'll keep my end of the deal.
Hey, are you investigating the stuff we want to know about?
That's why we're here. But unfortunately, there's no information about the Descenders in Irminsul.
Even if you can't find anything, that seems to confirm it. Irminsul does not keep records on the Descenders. Anyone who comes from beyond this world is not counted as part of Tevat.
Oh, does that mean we have to leave empty-handed?
Don't thank me just yet. You look really upset. Well, since Irminsul was a dead end, I guess I can share some other info that might interest you.
Huh? About what?
The reason why there are records about your brother in Irminsul. It might have something to do with Conria. Apparently, Conria was his first destination when he arrived in this world. Plus, he only came to this world because the heavens responded to the summoning.
The heavens responded?
What?
The Jester told me this himself. You can take his word on this. He was a royal mage in Conria, and lived with your brother for a time.
The Chester, another Fatui Harbinger?
I don't know the details. It's up to you whether you want to believe me. All I can say is, I wouldn't lie to you about this. Did you get all that, Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Yes. Astonishing news.
Does this info count towards my mission? It wasn't from Irminsul, but was it valuable?
Very valuable.
Good. In that case, I'll take some time for myself now.
Huh? What have you done?
Lesser Lord Kusanali was right. My power's all but completely spent. Even if I use all of the divine power left in me, I can't sustain this shield for very long.
Why did you put up a shield around us?
You, and now you owe me. So in return, I'd like you to answer a question for me.
What do you want?
Give me your hand.
No! Don't touch him!
Can you hear my voice inside your head? No, I can't do anything like that anymore. At most, all I can do is exchange a few words with you. So tell me, in this world, is it possible to change the past?
No. No.
Done.
Huh? What the? What happened? Paimon only saw you hold hands for a second.
Nothing. I was just thanking her for helping me. So long. I suggest you get yourselves out of here quickly.
Where are you going? Hey, wait up! Didn't you say not to go running off?
Wait, where is he going?
Fast reaction time. But I don't think we'll be seeing each other again.
Hello?
From this day forth, the names Balladeer and Kabukimono will cease to exist.
What?
Those who died in Tatarasuna because of me deserve another chance at life.
Hey, Balladeer! Don't do anything stupid!
You know, I never did like insects. Hordes of the puny things swarming together can be a real nuisance. And I enjoy nothing more than to stamp them out like the pests they are. But if a colony of harmless ants isn't threatening anyone, I guess they deserve to be left alone. Luckily, everything can be set right. It's time to solve this once and for all.
Balladeer! Balladeer!
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, he disappeared. Come on, we gotta find him somehow.
Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Hello?
Oh, no, he's really gone.
Oh, can you hear me? just now. I was suddenly cut off by some kind of power.
It was the Balladier's fault. He shut you out.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I didn't think he'd be capable of something like that with so little power left. Did he keep some of his power hidden when he was defeated? Or did he achieve something beyond his abilities, and it took everything he had?
Where the heck did he go? Ugh, it's all our fault. We were supposed to keep an eye on him. Sorry, Nahida.
Don't be. It's not your fault. Please, let me handle this from here, even though I'm not sure I can solve it. We're running out of time. Follow my lead and get out of Irminsul as soon as possible.
This is terrible. Homeboy just fucking slide. I knew he was gonna get away. No. Now he just like, no, it's okay. No, it's okay. No, bitch. I mean, I don't mean to call her a bitch, but Naida.
This is an emergency.
He fucking escaped.
I have to ask you to stay here for now. Everything's arranged, and nobody will disturb you.
What do you mean? Hello?
I'm sorry, but this isn't something I need your help with. Leave this one to me.
An emergency? How bad is it? Nahida, will you be okay?
Don't worry. If my assessment is correct, though there may be some minor disturbances, it won't lead to a disaster. Please rest and recover your strength here until I say it's safe.
Her voice has gone. Paimon can't shake the feeling that something really big has happened. What do you think the Balladeer meant? And why did he suddenly grab onto you before?
This is so weird.
He wants to change the past? But surely that's impossible.
I don't think you can change the past because it already has happened. I don't think you can go back in the past and change stuff.
Right. You can't just rewrite history. All that stuff happened already in real life. It's like, imagine Paimon drank all the water in this inn. Even if no one was there to see it, Paimon would sure as heck remember drinking it.
Yeah, that's a great example.
So, why does Paimon still have a bad feeling about this? Paimon can't help but feel scared about what he might do. Ooh, Paimon's so confused.
Maybe he wants to erase himself? I mean, he could. Oh shit. Paimon, hello?
Sorry. Paimon accidentally... It's the Balladier's fault for causing Paimon all this mental stress. But erasing yourself from history? It's unthinkable. Is that really possible in Irminsul?
Not necessarily, but maybe. I'm just guessing here. Yeah, I'm absolutely fucking confused, Paimon.
Uh-oh. Paimon's head is overheating from trying to understand what he's up to. And it's still not working. Ugh. Paimon's had it with that little brat. He's been nothing but trouble ever since we met him. There's no way he'll actually succeed, right? Otherwise, won't everyone who's connected to him be affected too?
Is that true?
There's nothing we can do about it at this point. Hey,
That is true.
got any ideas on what we should do next?
Nope. No
Seems
clue.
like now there's nothing left for us to do but to go to sleep. But Paimon's still so worried. Paimon
Me either.
So, how about, we list all our favorite foods to take our mind off things? Heck, if that doesn't work, Paimon's probably gonna collapse of anxiety here. Alright, Paimon will start. First dish. Munstack grilled fish. Oh, and chicken mushroom skewers. Tea break pancakes, cream stew, sauteed matsutake, and dragon chili chicken, almond tofu, satisfying salad. Oh, also Adeptus Temptation, golden shrimp balls, triple layered consomme, lotus seed and bird egg soup, and
Paimon. Hello, Paimon? Homegirl listed so many foods I passed out. Or did she pass out from saying all that shit? What's wrong, Paimon?
What was Paimon supposed to be doing just now? Paimon was, talking? Huh. Paimon suddenly can't remember what she was talking about. The balladeer? Is that a food too?
Oh no, he did it! Uh-oh. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit.
What's wrong? Your eyes are like saucers. Was it something Paimon said? So, the balladeer. Is that someone's name? 'Cause it sounds like a nickname or something.
Oh my god. Oh my god, he actually did it.
Okay, sure. Where are we going? Huh? Fine by Paimon, but is everything okay? You're acting like this is an emergency.
We need to get over there. Cause that's scary. That's spooky. We need to go to Inazuma. Because like if he got erased, what does that mean? What does that mean? What happened to Ayaka and Ayato and everybody else that got affected by this man? And Kazuha.
It's been a while.
I would like to ask questions.
Go ahead. Oh. Now there's a question I wasn't expecting. Very well. I'll tell you what I know once more. The once renowned Raiden Gokuden, comprised of 5 branches. Amenoma, Futsu, Ishin, Hyakume, and Senju. The art of forging practiced by these 5 clans was first taught to them personally by the almighty Shogun. Over time, the 5 branches diverged from one another as generations of bladesmiths honed and perfected their craft until they became 5 distinct traditions. Most of the great swordsmith clans of old have since fallen into decline, and for a long time, only the Amenoma branch kept its art alive. But fortunately, Kaedehara Kazuha recently returned to Inazuma and took up the mantle of the Ishin art. Now, 2 clans remain of the original Gokuden 5. If my memory serves me right, you yourself were present when he forged the Ishin blade.
Oh yeah, we were! Paimon remembers that now. We learned a bit about the decline of the Raiden Gokuden then too. It seems like such a shame.
What's the reason for the decline?
That, my friends, is a tragic tale indeed. In fact, this was not made known to me for most of my life. All these years, I knew of those great clans' demise, but never the cause. Only recently, when the question was on my mind, did I ask Kaedehara Kazuha about this. He told me that, as we are both heirs to a branch of the Raiden Gokunin, it was right that I should know the truth. There is no harm in telling you, but I must warn you. It is a dark and sorrowful tale. The Raiden Gokunin were the targets of a murderous rampage by a vengeful bladesmith.
Vengeful? Why?
400 years ago, so I'm told, there was a catastrophic malfunction in Tatarasuna's furnace. One brave swordsmith heard the commotion and chose not to flee, but he rushed to the scene, hoping to prevent a disaster. Tatarasuna was home to a state-of-the-art forging and smelting operation in that day, and overseeing it was the armory officer. His surname was Niwa, though he had family ties to the Kaedehara clan. Knowing that they had just one chance to save countless lives, Mr. Niwa and the swordsmith leaped together into the furnace. The furnace quickly stabilized, but neither of them made it out. The smith's death, though heroic, dealt a devastating blow to his family's fortunes. His orphaned son was left to fend for himself, and grew up deeply resentful at the world. In his heart, the whole of Inazuma was culpable in his tragedy. He hated the almighty shogun for her apparent indifference towards his father's death, and he hated everyone who had done nothing to try and save him. Powerless and destitute, the only legacy he had to pass on to his children was his hatred. Generation after generation bore this grudge, living in utter misery. Alas, if only the story could have ended there. But 100 years ago, the then head of this family reached the end of his wits. He could bear their fate no longer, and yet he could do nothing to change it. Finally, he made a drastic decision to take revenge on the Raiden Gokunin. In doing so, he sought to vent his pent anger and shake the very foundations of Inazuma's forging industry. In his fury, he murdered indiscriminately, killing even bladesmiths from the Hyakume clan, which he belonged to.
Oh my goodness.
His goal was absolute, the devastation of all of the Raiden Gokunin. But when he came to the Kaedehara and Kamisato clans, his killing spree came to an abrupt end. He failed to catch them unawares. They fought back fiercely, and they did not spare his life. That is why the Kaedehara clan and their Ishin art survived that day. I suppose they were the lucky ones, under the dire circumstances.
Action of the Raiden Gong has changed. Someone else attacked the swordsmith. It looked like the battle there did something to Emerson, but it seems Niwa still died.
Is there anything else you wanted to ask?
Have you seen Kazuha recently?
Kazuha? Why, yes. Just yesterday, in fact. We spoke for a while over some tea. He seemed well.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
My pleasure.
Don't tell Paimon. There are other places you want to visit too, right? Your expression says it all. You can't hide anything from Paimon. On to the next stop. Lead the way, traveler. Paimon will be right behind you.
Well, now we need to go to the Yashiro Commission. We gotta see if the siblings are okay. Let's make sure the Kamisato siblings are okay. Oh, it has been been some time since I've seen Ayato and Ayaka.
This is the Yashiro Commission's headquarters, so...
Traveler, it's been a while.
Hello.
If you're looking for the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I'm afraid your timing is unfortunate. They're not here right now.
Are they out on business?
The Commissioner is out on business, and Miss Kamisato is standing in for some meetings in the Commissioner's place. If it's urgent, you're welcome to wait inside until they get back.
What do you think? Shall we go in?
Yes. Oh, it's been so long since I seen Ayato and Ayaka.
If it were anyone else, I couldn't allow it. But seeing as you're so close with the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I think it should be okay.
We'll be heading in then. Thanks!
Hello, dears. Is there something you want to say?
Can I ask some questions?
Of course, traveler. Yes, I know who you are. Miss Kamisato has told me about you.
It's nice to meet you, ma'am.
What would you like to know? Oh, they're both very well indeed. Lately, Miss Kamisato has been rather busy attending all kinds of meetings and occasionally paying visits to some local organizations on the Commissioner's behalf. As for the Commissioner himself, well, you know, busy as ever. That much hasn't changed. Although he does seem to be in a rather good mood these days.
So pretty much business as usual on the Yashiro Commission, huh?
Very much so.
Ayato's still a Yashiro Commissioner. Ayaka's still the lady of the house. No changes there. As far as I can see, nothing changed in the Yashiro Commission either. I was expecting this much, but it's still a bit relief to know that the common soul civilians are both safe and well.
Got any more questions?
Are we gonna still be able to see them?
In fact, I would love nothing more than for you to come and visit more often. But I'm sure you must be far too busy to have time for that. Miss Kamisato talks about you all the time. She seems so thrilled to have you as a friend, and she's always saying how talented you are and how much she admires you. I must say, many things in Inazuma seem to have taken a turn for the better since you arrived here. So you're not just Miss Kamisato's knight in shining armor, you know. You're a hero to us all.
Aw, you're so sweet, ma'am. I just do my best.
I mean it. Whenever the Commissioner dines at home, Toma always joins him. I always find myself at my most relaxed when I'm serving the two of them and listening to them chat away.
All right. Ayata with Toma.
Doesn't always have the chance to take his meals at home, but given the opportunity, he always prefers to dine here. They say it's because Toma's a much better chef than most. Oh, the Commissioner is so fond of home comforts. They get to talking about you sometimes too, you know. Always with a very fond tone. The way one would talk about dear old friends.
Aw, they talk about me?
Themselves. Miss Kamisato occasionally joins them as well. Whenever the whole family gets together and they start talking about people they've met and experiences they've had, you always get a mention. It's been many years now since the late Mr. and Mrs. Kamisato passed away. Much has happened in the Kamisato clan in that time. As someone who is old and gray enough to have watched their son and daughter grow up, it makes me so happy to see them meet a dependable friend whose company they enjoy so much. So, in the future, if you ever do have the time, please know you are always very welcome at the Yashiro Commission headquarters.
Wow, you're so generous. Thank you.
At least one old lady who would be delighted to have the pleasure of your company. Wonderful. Thank you.
Paimon likes it here too. Also, you were saying something about the food here being really great.
Of course, Paimon thinks for her fucking stomach.
Paimon's itching to try it. We may just have to invite ourselves around for dinner sometime. Paimon meant we should come pay a visit again real soon. Ideally around dinner time.
Of course. You're always welcome.
Alright, goodbye for now. Where are we going next?
Are we sure you don't want? I wanted to see the Kamisato siblings, damn it. Boo.
Goodbye, ma'am. Don't worry, we'll see ourselves out.
Boo.
All right, then. Take care now.
Boo. Boo. I wanted to see the siblings, damn it.
Are you two leaving already?
Yep, everything's taken care of now. Don't worry.
Very well. Safe travels. Goodbye.
Sigh. Xavier is busy completing the quest to Tower Tales. Fuck is that? This. Of course, if it's not one thing, it's something fucking else. Okay. She talks a lot. I'm skipping all this because I want to go do another quest. Okay. I'm not reading any of this. Hello, I can investigate for you. This is a lot. Okay. Now we gotta go investigate furnace pieces. Oh shit. Almost just killed Zhao.
Well met. Gather. Let's end this quickly.
Mark 2. I'll protect us.
Disappear. Worthless. Here. Worthless. I guess this is it.
Yeah, I can't go that way. Gotta go around. Come on, Zhao, climb that mountain. What's that for? Get up here? Oh, of course we get attacked.
Stabilize. I will have order.
Animal test 6308. Absorption test. Stand clear. Enhanced animal module. Let's dance.
Worthless. Worthless. Useless.
I'll take those. Thank you very fucking much. Now this little thing should be down here, right? What does it want me to do? What? Oh, that what I had to do? Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know that it wanted me to do that. Oh, it's one of those things. Okay. I think you gotta be like infused with Electro or something. There was a thing up here that I jumped down from. Okay, I need to turn into Electro.
in the name of the princess.
So confusing. I don't know what this means. Oh, there's a thing over here.
Let's get down to business.
What's one more?
Going somewhere?
Taste my flavor.
Oh, now I gotta fight these guys. No, I'm in the water.
The perfect distance.
Oh, go get your ass somewhere. Stop it, leave me alone.
Quake.
That's it.
I don't know what these do.
This is order.
Let the show begin.
Disappear. Warhouse. Here.
Yeah. Oh. It looks like it's about that time. I don't have enough. I'm at my limit today. There's other things I have to go and take care of. But I want to thank you guys for coming out, hanging out with me, and spending time with me as you always do. You guys are awesome. You're the reason why I keep going. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and or night. And I'll see you guys next time for sure. Saturday. You should see me.